Hi everyone, it's Shadow Spotted. In case you guys are wondering what happened to my channel, well, I've been here for 10 years and I'm still here. And as you can see, I've made myself a new Bandicoot persona, a fursona. Anyways, so now I'm gonna start doing game reviews. So this is my first game review. So just leave your thoughts and what you'd like to see in the future, if you'd like me to review more games or not. So anyways, let's get into it. Crash 4 is a beautiful game. The graphics are amazing. I love the levels, the scenery. The characters are still very much the same features we all grew up to know and love. However, there are some things that I don't really like about the game. Now, I'll be honest, I never thought we'd see a new Crash game. The fact that Crash 4 even came out, it's like a miracle to me, because I didn't think the franchise would ever come back. So honestly, I think the developers and the storyboard artists and the character design artists, I think they all did an amazing job. I'm just sharing what I think, what I liked and what I disliked about the game. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to hold anything back. I love the game. I love it very much. I could see myself replaying it again and again. Well, at least on some levels. On some of them, I don't know if I could, honestly. Number 1. The levels were too hard. I noticed this after about level 3. I wondered if the difficulty setting was switched to high. Then I realized there was no difficulty setting. For instance, you have to do some crazy maneuvers in the phase sequences, which took me forever to master. There's also a crazy phase in the Bayou level with Nitro, which also was an absolute pain. In the Asia level, with the Dark Matter mask, the movements are so broad it was hard for me to control. The damn dinosaur is scary and way too fast. Don't even get me started on the last few levels. The last level is absolute hell. First, you have to get the timing right on the spinning spike discs. Then there are 2 extremely hard sequences where you have to combine the different masks at all the same time. My fingers had to move so fast, I wondered if I was possessed. It also didn't help that my little brother was watching me. I died like 400 times. The boss fight was also a pain, especially when you have to go upside down. There is a plus to this game though. The game will create custom checkpoints for you so you don't have to repeat the same thing over and over again, and instead starts you before you messed up. I also thought some obstacles were removed for me in a few places, but I don't know if it was either that or if it was dumb luck. You'll restart with more masks if you keep dying. Blessed. 4. The boss fights have sequences you start from, so when you die you don't have to repeat them, which is also really nice. So the game is still very playable, it's just so hard to me that it wasn't fun. Especially when I saw my death count hit 400, my ego and my motivation to finish it were about gone. Number 2. Rushed characters. I don't see why we needed a playable Dingodile. Like, who the fuck wanted to play as him? He doesn't even do much. He just feels clunky and limited. I didn't find the Cortex stages very enjoyable either. Like Dingodile, I just felt limited playing as him. All he does is dash, shoot things, and he can turn things into solid or bouncy platforms. Really? He's an evil genius, and that's all he can do? Okay, also, who the hell wanted a Neo Entropy? Like, what? I mean, she's cool, but just unnecessary.
Barf.
No. Number 3. The story doesn't make sense. To me, they're just jumping around different times and dimensions, collecting masks to stop Entropy and Cortex. And I guess Dingodile and Tawna and Cortex all have their own timelines, which makes it even more confusing. I don't like how she just says she'll help them and then leaves. And in the end, it shows her playing with them, so I guess she does decide to join and live with them.
3,
You know what? I'd like to see more of the story and the universe itself. A universe to be expanded on. Heck, I wouldn't mind if Crash had a show eventually. I mean, I would definitely watch it.
hang on.
Here are some things I really do like about the new Crash game. I like that we can play other characters. I think it gives the game and the story itself more variety. I just wish they didn't feel so limited. Tana. I also liked that I could play as Tana, though I didn't see why she needed a makeover. The old one was completely fine to me. I guess she's just conforming to the badass female trope. I wouldn't mind if she was a completely different or new character. I just don't see why they had to make her as another Tana. But I love how this one plays, though. I love how when she jumps through the sky with her hooks, it reminds me of Nina from Twinsanity. I would say keep the difficulty, just maybe in the future add, an easy or a hard setting. The game's challenging but rewarding. I also may be mad that it's not an older game where I know every jump, move, etc. because I grew up playing the original Crash Bandicoot games and I pretty much know them by heart. So those are my thoughts on the new Crash game. Like I said, I'm grateful we got anything at all. Honestly, we could have just not ever gotten a new Crash game, and that would have been really sad. So, what do you think about the new game? Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. I'll see you next time.